It's the WP Minute. Find a new Slack to gather with other WordPress professionals and talk the WordPress news at buymeacoffee.com/MattReport. Support the show or join the membership. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hi, this is Rob Howard, the publisher of Master WP. As you know, one of our missions is to bring lots of new voices into WordPress and tech. That's why we're excited to announce our new Master WP workshop library with the goal of helping WordPress fans become WordPress experts. We've got a lineup of live and recorded sessions coming up in fall 2022. Check it out at workshops.masterwp.com and use the code WPMinute10 to get 10% off your registration. We'll see you there.
You know how it goes. Everything I mentioned here will be linked up in the newsletter and the blog post. Check out the WPMinute.com for the links. The WordPress plugin ecosystem has been a big topic of discussion recently. WP Mayor's Mark Zahra started things off with an in-depth article regarding deceptive marketing practices. Zahra provides specific examples of questionable tactics used by WordPress plugin developers. He also calls on the community, himself included, to think about the potential harm to WordPress's reputation. Zahra didn't stop there. He also noted that the WordPress.org plugin repository has removed the active install growth chart. This feature allowed plugin developers to gauge how their products performed over time. Over at WP Tavern, Sarah Gooding reports that there's been no clear indication of why the metric was pulled. Zahra also expanded on the topic over at Master WP. Speaking of monetizing products, or maybe lack thereof, be sure to listen to Kim Coleman and Matt Cromwell's WP Product Talk Twitter space, also redistributed here on the WP Minute podcast feed. The WordPress themes team has decided to delay the inclusion of locally hosted Google fonts in legacy default themes until version 6.2. As Sarah Gooding reports at WP Tavern, the move was originally scheduled for version 6.1. This has some community members concerned, as a German court recently ruled that remotely hosted fonts are a violation of the European Union's GDPR laws. The 2022 Web Almanac was released by HTTP Archive. The report aims to point out trends in the industry. As you may have guessed, WordPress once again has topped the CMS usage spot with a reported 35% market share. Last week's story covering the controversial, racially tinged remarks on a now-removed episode of the WP Tonic podcast continues to spark discussion. WP Watercooler took on the topic of microaggression, while Ali Nimmons and Michelle Frechette of Underrepresented in Tech looked at the idea of reverse racism. From the grab bag, now it's time to take a look at some other interesting topics shared by our contributors. WordPress 6.1 Beta 3 is now available for testing. WordCamp Phoenix has been scheduled for March 24th, 25th, 2023. Outside of WordCamp US, it's the only stateside camp confirmed for 2023. Jonathan Wall discusses using the loop to grow a WordPress product company. Dan Noss at PostStatus asks, WooCommerce versus Shopify, why do we make it so hard? WP Motivate explores finding the inspiration in the compost. The WP Trends newsletter makes a triumphant comeback. GoDaddy Pro hosted a Twitter space on the future of contributing to WordPress. New members this week, Nev Harris. Follow at the Nev Harris on Twitter. If you're not a member yet, go to buymeacoffee.com/MattReport to join. Thanks to all of the members who shared these links today: Mark, Zahra, Cameron Jones, Eric Karkovack, Daniel Schutzsmith, Paul, Lacey, Michelle Frechette, Raquel Landefeld, and Abha Thakor. Thanks to you, dear listener, for tuning into your favorite 5 minutes of WordPress news every Wednesday. You can support independent content like this by purchasing us a digital coffee. I kind of need it right now at buymeacoffee.com/MattReport, or join the Link Squad membership for $79 a year. Support the show and become a producer of the WP Minute at buymeacoffee.com/MattReport. That's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please share it wherever you do social media and jump on the mailing list at thewpminute.com.